Hey y'all, welcome back to Tappin Out. I'm Tim.
I'm Mario.
Hey Mar, been a little bit, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit, close to a year, but life happens,
Yep,
and
we're
gets in the
we're
way.
both
But
we're both adults with full-time jobs, busy people. There were maybe like I had like 5 or 6 weddings last year, which let's let's cut down on that a little bit.
yeah, no, I hear you. But I mean, during that time, we still been watching wrestling, so we're
Exactly. And it's not like we ain't talking wrestling and telling each other our opinions. It's just we haven't been recording them. So hope you guys are ready to hear what we've been watching and kind of what we've been thinking. And let's roll.
yeah. I mean, no better time than Wrestlemania season. So definitely excited to get into it. Today we're gonna kind of do just kind of a preview predictions video for Elimination Chamber out in Australia at 5 a.m. Definitely tough,
Yeah,
but but at least it's a Saturday, so
yeah,
it could be worse. It could be.
absolutely.
I'm just so glad that they started doing pay-per-view or premium live events on Saturdays now. So much better.
Uncle Tony, Uncle
Take note.
Tony,
Yeah, the
please go
problem
for
is,
Saturdays.
yeah, but that you know what? Yeah, and that's fine. It's not like they don't cancel Collision for like the NBA playoffs, anyways. But that's a
Yeah,
side note. It's not AEW today. But no,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
just wanted I do want to shout out Uncle Tony for a great dynamite last night. That was awesome.
Oh, it was the first half hour was awful. The rest of it was just all bangers.
When Uncle Tony cooks, he can cook. And
Hmm.
and he gets some heat on social media. A lot of it brought on him by himself. But anyways, what
Yeah,
do you say? Let's get into Elimination Chamber.
yeah, man. Let's jump on into it. The first match on the card is for the undisputed WWE Tag Team titles, and that would be Finn Balor and Damian Priest representing the Judgment Day against Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne representing the New Catch Republic, or their name's the New Catch Republic. Interesting.
The New Catch Republic, the No Quarter Catch Crew. Who are these people? I
Yeah.
I, I it must be like a British thing or something, huh?
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of like the catch style wrestling and all that nonsense
I
and
didn't even read.
yeah. And I mean Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, this is it's Pete Dunne got his name back, Tyler Bate called up. They were able to kind of earn the tag title shot and gives them little credibility being on a pay-per-view, but I don't think this match is at all competitive. I don't think that I'm not too excited for it. I don't think that the outcome's going to be in doubt at all. It's probably going to be a solid wrestling match, but when you get these four in there, you know it's going to be at least a good match.
Yeah, I mean, there's no build up to this match. The match came about through a tournament, where they were Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate beat the anti pop tag team of
We
Tommaso Ciampa
are
and your boy Johnny Gargano.
oh,
See,
Johnny
that's
Wrestling
one of
baby.
one of the few times we disagree on something is I can't stand Johnny Gargano and you're a big Gargano guy, but
Yeah.
um, but yeah, this match has no builds. It's a pretty obvious outcome, I would say. Just really not excited for it at all. Obviously, Judgment Day is looking like that they will be facing Awesome Truth at WrestleMania, so this is more of just a filler match to get through the card.
No, no, no.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like it
I'm not.
either. Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
and I
not.
mean,
It's not like Judgment Day is really anything special right now. Anyways, they've
yeah,
been.
I was just gonna say that's pretty much kind of what Judgment Day is now, what they've been reduced to. They've gone from facing Sammy and Kevin, they've gone from facing Jay Uso and Cody Rhodes to now Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate and Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny, and now R-Truth and The Miz.
And their last two title reigns have been pretty boring. I mean, Judgment Day in general has been pretty stale. I mean, not that I liked it, but this team was opening every show, ending every show, and then being on the show three times in between that as well. And now, and
We were
now
losing
they're
our minds during that point. I remember we would tell each other this is like a chore when that was
yeah.
happening. So I mean,
Oh,
they've kind of stopped with that, but I feel like they got too overexposed to the point where it was the damage has been done.
and I don't know how you can't think of a better, if it ends up being Awesome Truth to get Judgment Day, which looks like it's gonna be, how there's not a better option or options out there for you know to to face them for the at WrestleMania. I mean, you got
Oh,
the Miz and
I've got
R
a team.
Truth. Yeah, well, we'll definitely get into our dream tag teams on a different show. Um, but yeah, I mean, just in general, there are to me some better tag teams out there that I think would be better. I mean, nobody really. I don't think anybody really cares about.
No.
Ty- I mean, Tyler Bate gets no reaction. Pete Dunne gets no reaction. And Judgment Day at this point, except when Dom is talking to get booed,
Yeah.
or Rhea
Or
comes out.
yeah.
If Finn and Damien alone have been pretty stale. I'm
Yeah, and it's
I'm
tough because
about I'm about ready.
I think we like both those guys,
Yeah, no, I
but
like Damien, I
yeah.
like Finn, but I think it's gonna be better, if they start building up towards some sort of breakup soon.
Yeah,
I think the whole thing is getting stale.
I mean the stable's been together for 2 years now. This WrestleMania will be 2 years they've been together. So I mean, they've ran a
And
pretty long time.
and it'll definitely be a big deal when they do break up. I'm not saying they've been terrible, but it's just starting
Yeah.
to they either need to kind of refresh it or just break it up and
Yeah.
do something else. But yeah, I mean, I think we both pretty much think Judgment Day is going to win. And I
Yeah.
really don't have much more to say on this match. I don't think there's anything else to
I
say.
honestly think we spent too long on it to begin with, but we
So
digress.
so speaking of Judgment Day, we do have Rhea versus Nia Jax. Not
That's tough.
really the biggest fan of this match. Um,
No.
the only thing that I'm kind of looking forward to is seeing Rhea's reaction that she's gonna get being in being in her home country. On top of her kind of getting a face or them teasing a face turn, I think it's gonna be huge. Um, but the match itself, I don't know about you. I don't really have any sort of interest in this
No.
match. Nia
I
Jax
mean,
is terrible.
yeah. And I don't want to hear anyone who's talking about, oh, give Nia Jax her flowers since she's been coming back. No. Not gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
No, 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 no. She's terrible. She's hurty, as my good friend Mr. Ryback likes to say. Hurty. Or actually he gets called Hurty. Pepsi Phil likes to call him Hurty. Um, but yeah, I mean, she's terrible. I mean, she's injured so many people in the ring. She's dangerous, and she's
Hmm.
she's just not she's not interesting at all.
Yeah.
I don't see, and luckily I don't see any scenario where Rhea Ripley is losing. But
There's only one scenario, and it has to do with who one of the people on the board is, Mr. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
ugh.
But I don't think that happens. But could you
No,
see a
no,
scenario where could you not see a scenario where he's really, really pissed off? And everyone, he says, oh, you guys want to make me pissed? You guys want to start booing me and making me all pissed off? And this is his real life ego. Says, you know what? I'm going to have my second cousin win and just
yeah.
piss off everyone in Australia.
I mean the day the day he got a announced as like the board of directors, his daughter became the GM of NXT. So
So, I
um
mean,
anything is possible. I could, but I find it hard to believe that they'd have Rhea lose in Australia. There might be a very angry crowd at that point if that happens.
yeah, that'd be tough. Yeah.
And
And,
I know you mentioned uh, we were talking about it being the main event. I don't think it's going to be the main event, but I know you mentioned it.
yeah,
What do
I
you
mean,
think?
I think there's a shot it could be just being in Australia. Um, I don't know. It's what they probably do is they probably bookend and do that as the third match. They probably start off with the women's elimination chamber, then they go Then they'll do Judgment Day. Then they'll do Rhea, Nia, and then the Men's Chamber. I think.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. But once again, kind of like the first match, there's a very, if anything, it was a very short build to this match.
Hmm.
I mean, Nia makes sense, I guess, because she's at least somewhat of a threat compared to what else is out there in the women's
Natty.
division. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's really gonna be that great of a match, to be honest, because
No.
it's hard to try to carry Nia Jax to a match, no matter how good you are in the ring. And Rhea's good in the ring, but
Yeah,
I don't even think she can carry Nia Jax to a good match. So, um, I just hope, my only hope is that Nia doesn't injure Rhea before WrestleMania.
that'd be tough.
That's
I didn't even
my
think of that possibility. That'd be tough.
yeah, that's all Rhea, just get out of there with the win and just don't get hurt, please.
Yeah, just do the Riptide deny. It'll look great, and then let's move on to WrestleMania, where you'll be facing the winner of the women's elimination chamber match. So for that match, we've got Becky Lynch, Bianca. We have Naomi, Liv, Tiffany Stratton, and Raquel Rodriguez, who just returned.
I was excited for this match until that last entry, and I'm still excited for it. But what could have been with Chelsea Green as the
If
sixth
you had
person in
Chelsea
this
Green in
chamber
there,
match, that would
yeah,
have been just been so good.
and
Um,
you could have such a fun story where she was like trying to hide in the pods, like, and she goes in each pod that's been open and try and hide in it, like.
and
She like climbs to the top of a pod to like hide. Like that would be a great story.
I know this Chelsea's not in this match, but she has tried, and she's been so good since she's came back. And even though her husband, Mr. Cardona, who we love,
Hmm.
likes to say that she's been booked well, I don't see it. I think
No.
she's actually a joke. I know she had the women's tag titles, but she basically lost every non-title match during her run as champion,
Yep.
and she was made to look like a joke in every match she was in, even when she was champion. Um, so I don't see it. Cardona's been in the business. Maybe he obviously knows more than we do. Maybe it is good booking.
Just
I
a
just
little
don't
bit,
see it
right?
that way. I just don't see it that way. But
Yeah.
who am I to who am I to question the indie god? But
Yeah.
anyways, in this match, I think Becky is clearly going to win this match.
Yeah.
But
I don't think if I was a betting man, which I am, I'd probably put Becky at like minus 250 to win the match. I'd say she'd be a pretty strong favorite.
yeah, the only other person I could see possibly winning is Bianca. I know you think, you mentioned Liv as well. I don't see it because I just think that, you know, I don't know if they saw a sour taste in their mouth because they obviously hated her run 2 years ago because the way they had her job to Ronda Rousey to lose it again
Yeah, that was
was
tough.
tough. That was tough. So I don't know if they're still a little hesitant to put the title on her. I listen, if Liv won, I wouldn't be mad because I still think
Yeah.
she's solid. I don't think, and obviously she has great taste in men there,
Oh yeah,
Mr. Shout out
Mr.
to
Uncle Howdy.
Mr. Uncle Howdy, who's actually, if you haven't watched any of his cryptic videos on YouTube, they're
They're
actually really
so
cool.
good.
Yeah.
They are so good.
But
Yeah, I mean with Liv, just let me get on a little quick.
yeah, go on.
So Liv, I don't think she wins, but the whole Liv Rhea injuring Liv thing, and then Liv has been put out there as like going to a lot of the events. Like I believe she was at the Iron Claw premiere, she was at the Barbie premiere, and she's done the Chucky stuff. So and she's gonna be in a movie too. So like, she's kind of somebody who they like to highlight. But I mean, let's. I mean, if
Who's
we're
pinning
talking
Becky
people who
though?
are highlighted, yeah. If we're talking people who are highlighted, it's Becky and it's Bianca as the
Yeah.
two stars of this match. And that's no shade to Naomi, who's been out there, who was out there going to premieres and fashion shows while she was gone. But I think comes down to Becky and Bianca, and it's gonna be Bex.
I think a couple spots that I think we're probably gonna see is I could see like Tiffany Stratton doing like a moonsault off the chamber pod.
Yep.
I think we could see that. I think Raquel is probably going to be my guess would be Raquel's the first one eliminated, and she's kind of gonna kind of get that big man, or in her case, big woman treatment, where she takes
Yep.
3 or 4 finishers, um, and then gets eliminated.
She's definitely taking the rear view, followed by Liv's finisher, followed by the manhandle slam, and then probably the KOD.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that
Yeah, that
because
was disappointing.
what she did, well, not what she did, what this company decided to
Mhm.
do. You're not off the hook, Hunter, for some of these decisions that you've made.
No.
And
And
I'm
listen,
not
that's
just talking about booking either, but that's for another show.
yes. I feel bad about Raquel. She was going through a pretty bad skin thing, so I'm glad she's better. But could you have just built up by facing some jobbers instead of winning this battle royal?
that's that's what I don't understand is, and that's what kind of pisses people off is just people that get handed stuff. You know what I mean? And just kind of like, and listen, we both like Punk, and this is kind of off topic a little bit, but we both like Punk, but and I don't want to see anybody ever get injured. But
Hmm.
Punk just getting handed the WrestleMania match before he got hurt was kind of annoying. Because there were better options out there who
And
have
we're gonna
actually,
get to one of them in a little bit.
yeah, who actually put the time and effort in. Not that Punk didn't, but done a lot to to make this company what it was up to this point. So
Hmm.
I don't like the whole idea of just handing people matches. This happened with Cena, and he comes Lesnar. Like,
Yeah,
it's just kind of annoying when people just get handed. And not that Raquel's gonna win, but I mean, she just came back and got handed a elimination chamber spot to go to WrestleMania. That's a big deal.
yeah, it is. And like somebody like Chelsea, who's been working her ass off. Been one some weeks she's the most entertaining part of Raw. There are
Yeah,
some weeks.
which is actually a lot of
Yeah,
weeks because Raw has been better recently, but just wrestling has been getting better the past couple of weeks.
yeah. I'd
But
say I'd say over the last month we've been kind of cooking, but before that it was
it
just
was been
tough.
it's been bad. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be fun.
Hmm.
I
I
definitely
agree.
I
We're
definitely
we're definitely getting a live spot too. We're gonna get a live doing some kind of like crazy spot. She's either gonna go through a pod or she'll put someone through a pod or something like that.
Yeah, I mean the women's War Games match was great last year. Even the chamber
Hmm.
match was solid. The in 2023 as well. So I definitely think it can definitely be good. In this scenario though, unlike War Games, kind of getting into our final match here, I think the men's elimination chamber is going to be unreal. I mean, I am so
Yeah,
excited for this.
it's gonna be such a great match. I am so excited for it. You want to get us into it?
I mean, you got Drew, you got Bobby Lashley, you got Logan Paul, you got Kevin Owens, you got why am I blanking?
Randy.
Randy. Yes, that's why.
And then
And, yeah. And wow, I'm like, you gotta help me out here.
the megastar with everybody saying
Oh my God.
L.A. Knight. Yeah.
I don't know why I was blanking. I keep trying to remember who the six are, and for some reason I can never remember all six.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a banger after banger after banger, in the words of old Shamey.
Oh, miss him. But yeah, I am so excited for this match. Like this match is going to be so good. I mean, you have you have Drew in there who is best in the company right now. You have Randy who's always a seasoned worker, Elimination Chamber, been in a lot of them. Bobby Lashley who's a seasoned worker, one of the, probably at one of his peaks right now, seasoned Elimination Chambers. Kevin Owens is going to do something really cool and you know that. Logan Paul trains for stuff like this. And LA Knight's going to get some energy in the match. I mean, what's not to like about that match?
Yeah, I mean, I have no complaints really about anything of how they kind of built this up. Um, I think I think maybe some copium, but I'm thinking, I'm thinking Drew's definitely on the track to win this match.
I think so.
Um,
I think he's got to be.
my my question is though is, man, you got some big boppers in this match.
Hmm.
Seeing
Yeah.
something like Bobby Lashley get pinned, it's gonna be interesting because that dude just doesn't get pinned. Randy doesn't get pinned. Drew gets pinned, unfortunately, but
But I don't think he's in pin this
Logan
match.
Paul
Yeah.
has what's Logan Paul been pinned maybe once in his
He
matches?
was pinned by Seth and he was pinned by Roman, right?
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah,
twice.
so
Yeah,
Seth
out
and
of all
Roman
like,
twice, yeah, but so I mean those are the world champions, so that's a big deal.
yeah, I mean, and I mean, you have everybody in that match is good. I mean, you may not
It's a
like Logan
mhm.
Paul, but I mean, the guy could work.
Yeah, it's the kind of match where all six of the guys you would not expect them to lose clean in a match on like Raw or SmackDown. You'd be like, oh, if they lose, it's not going to be clean.
I I'm thinking we're probably gonna get some sort of spot with Logan Paul, like on top of maybe like climbing the chamber, jumping off the top, doing something
Kind of like what
crazy like
Montez
that.
Ford did, right?
Yeah. Yep. I can see like Bobby Lashley doing some like crazy like feat of strength,
Yeah,
or bulldozing somebody through a pod or something like that, spearing
that's where I was
somebody
just
through a
going.
pod.
Yep, somebody's getting
Yep.
speared through a pod by Bobby.
I would love to see like Drew Claymore somebody through a pod. Imagine that like they're sitting up against the glass and he just Claymores them right through. How cool would that be?
That'll be awesome. Oof. Oh, this is
But
going to be such a good.
Drew needs to win this
He
match. He
does.
deserves it.
And listen, if I think this is going to tell us a lot about if he's re-signed with the company. Listen,
Yeah.
I think he's got to be close. If they had him beat Cody last week, I know. Listen, I think you brought it up before I did the other day. That was only the second time he's ever been pinned since he came back,
And
and so that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
I don't see how you could have him beat Cody on Raw and then not win the Chamber. How? I mean, if you're having somebody pin Cody, I mean that's to me
That's
that means we think this guy is it.
a
Which,
WrestleMania main event level star.
and if he does win, he's beating Seth at WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's got to happen. It's got to happen. You know, let Seth go help. Let him go help Cody, which we'll get into another time. But yeah, just Drew's got to. We're fast forwarding a little bit, but Drew's got to win the Chamber, and he's got to win the World Heavyweight Championship.
I totally agree. But like I said, definitely excited. Definitely excited for this Chamber match in general, or for the whole Chamber pay-per-view in general. I think it's going to be fun. Definitely interesting. Only having four matches, so I think the Chamber
Hmm.
matches are definitely going to be long, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
And I just hope we get the outcome that we're looking for in these matches.
So, man, I think it's pretty safe to say we're pretty excited for the Chamber. I mean, 5 o'clock and all in the morning, but hey, both Chamber matches I think are going to be outstanding.
Matches on the card. I think these Chamber matches, they're going to be long, but they're going to be awesome. I think we're going to get a lot of memorable moments during these matches, and I just hope we get the outcomes that we're looking for at the
Yeah,
end of it.
realistically, the only thing that's going to make or break it for me is Drew's got to win the Chamber.
Yeah, that's the
We've,
main thing.
yeah,
If
yeah,
people
but
if
I think
people have
it's
watched us from last year, they know that we two of the biggest Drew guys in the world. So
yeah, Drew
it's a big
is.
deal. It's a big deal for him to win for us. It's definitely
mm,
something I really hope does happen.
I think it needs to happen, especially because if he has a match at WrestleMania, I mean, that'd be pretty cool, right?
That would be cool. We are both going to WrestleMania this year in Philadelphia, so hope to put out some some good content while we're out there. Definitely exciting.
Oh yeah,
You
and
know, the the card itself looks stacked so far, so I'm really excited.
yeah, and this is actually a great opportunity to remind you guys to definitely check out our socials. We're gonna get back to posting either clips of the podcast on there. We'll have some other cool videos as well, ranking things, short clips. So definitely follow the TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at Tappin Out Show. So definitely go through, follow those. We're gonna have some really cool videos coming out too for you guys. We've been really talking about what we want to do.
Yeah, no, some I think we're definitely going to try to get a bunch of different kinds of videos and shorts and um, you know, so, like I said, Wrestlemania content in the next couple of weeks. So definitely be on the lookout for it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great time jumping back into this. Yeah, I think I'm good for today. Anything else you want to add?
I got nothing.
All right. So before we take off, just as always, shouts to Christian Cage now and forever.
I that man is the things that he says so wild, but it's so funny. Chris, so undervalued, so underappreciated. Well, listen, WWE, Uncle
Absolutely,
Tony appreciates him.
absolutely has a main event pay-per-views. But yeah, so you'll probably hear about at least one Christian reference per podcast, which will be coming out once a week most weeks. If there's something special, we'll have two a week. We'll do it as needed, but that's definitely follow the socials and we'll keep you all updated on that.
What do you say? Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here, man. All right.
All right, guys, see ya.
Bye, y'all.